Welcome to your Thrive Forward Immersion package. I am Laura Ivonne, founder of Thrive Lettuce. Today, we're going to learn about energy management and AI integration. We're going to discuss strategies combining technology and wellness for sustainable leadership. I want to equip you with the strategies to prevent burnout and how we're going to integrate wellness and AI as our new workflow and to enhance your operating system that we started last training. Number one, we're going to cover the crisis of always on, aka burnout. And then we're going to discuss the blueprint traits, burnout operating system. And at the end, return on investment of AI, burnout. This crisis is of the always on, especially for women. Let me break it down in two things. The first is the impact for organizations. And then the second one is the impact in the individual, in this case, in you. Impact as organization is loss of productivity, a higher absenteeism, turnover, because people want to leave the company to work somewhere else, a decline in overall workplace well-being and morale, which is driving a not very enjoyable culture, right? Just in Australia, it is estimated that there is an impact of lost productivity in the economy of 14 billion. And according to the WHO, worldwide, people reporting burnout, 1 trillion in the economic impact globally. For the individual, in this case for you, mental and emotional exhaustion, chronic stress, sleep deprivation, lost productivity, stress leave, that costs you too. You may not see it, but you may lose a day. You may not enjoy the time with your kids, with your husband, with your family. Maybe you have to pay as a psychotherapist. Maybe you have to go to medication recoveries like a physio, osteo, everything that you need to do in order to survive. So you can keep going, which is very challenging. And unfortunately, personally, I've lived that. And not only one time. On the third time that I was going to be burnout, I found that I was about to. And that's when I took action and transformed my life. But those first two cost me a lot. I want you to avoid that because it's just very horrible to be there. The cost, financial cost, is estimated at around 10 to 15K a year when you fall into burnout. The impact is massive. And that's why I wanted to address it, because I want you to understand that it's something that exists and there is an integration, or there is different factors that contribute to it. It is environmental, like the environment that you are in. It has to do with your own habits and demands and in your control, and then a cultural or phenomenon that we are seeing is part of the workplace and workload issues, right? I wanted to mention it because I want you to know that it's not your fault if you are in burnout, have been, or you are in recovery at the moment, or if you are about to, then this is going to help you to not fall into burnout. Okay, I'm going to share some statistics specifically for Australia. Very sadly, in the last year report of the Women Agendas and Vision report published by the University of New South Wales said that 72% of women that were surveyed experienced burnout in the last year, which is worse than the global standard. Around COVID, it was around 48%. Now has dropped a little bit to 28%, but in Australia it increased to 72%. Let's see what happens in 2026, but this is the numbers. And the main cause of that, number one, is the balance between home and work. That's your career, the one that is at stake. Then number two is because of the long hours that you put in. Number three is difficult bosses. Number four, being underpaid, parenting. I want to add caring responsibilities. You have to care for family members, your parents, and workplace bullying. This is what Australian women are saying. You don't have to ask anybody. Just look around at your office. How many women that you work with are experiencing burnout? And very, very sadly, between 36 and 40% of organizations do not do anything. And it's because they don't want to. It's because it's a very, very big problem. And as I said it before, it is not a management problem. It is a transformation problem. You need to transform everything, policies, workplace. And there are organizations that are doing things, right? Like flexible work arrangements and all that stuff, but it's not enough because it's a bigger problem than that. As I shared, there is many components of burnout and you can just control what you can control, right? So organizations can put their part, but then the individual and then the culture and the environment that we cannot control it. And the economy, it's just, it is a very complex problem to solve. That's why it's not easy. And it can not only jeopardize your health, your family, but your work, your promotion, I want you to understand that it is not your fault, but that there is a solution. And you're going to be able to implement things today to avoid burnout, to prevent it. And with this AI age, it is easier than ever before. Now, very important. Very important. I want to be very clear about this. AI can help you to prevent it, to recover from it, but it can also make you burn out fast. You have to be very smart about how you implement AI because it can also add to the overwhelm and can be accelerated to burnout. I've seen so many times right now on you are using AI and you're using it to do more. You are not repurposing what you are winning in productivity. So you have to repurpose the time strategically. You are not alone in this journey. It is not your fault. I completely understand you. I've been there, as I share with you, more than twice. And every day is a constant decision and a constant battle because the environment is still there. That's why you can focus only in what you can control. Connecting it to our leadership, and I'm going to say to our life as well. There is tremendous studies and that tells us that an emotional intelligent leader outperforms the ones that are not. There's many sources, Legal Connect, Google Project, Aristotle, Hay Group, McKinsey, there is many studies about that and research about it. So it's not news. There is a strong correlation between emotional intelligence and top performance. And leaders that are emotional intelligent create stronger teams, better culture, team success at the end of the day. Emotional intelligence at work is very critical, but when you learn that skill, you have it for life. And you can be an emotional intelligent mom as well, emotional intelligent wife. I'm over transparent here today with you in my yoga outfit, my office, my space, and I'm going to share with you a personal detail. My nickname, my kids will call me Momster. That was my nickname. So you can imagine the type of mom that I was. For them to call me Momster, and I couldn't believe I was proud of that. Yes, I'm the Momster mode. I will say Momster mode activated. And sadly, very, very wrong. Now as an emotional intelligent mom, now I am Zen mommy, but imagine the impact. Emotional intelligence is, if you have one goal this year, please be that emotional intelligent person. It's going to change your life dramatically, work and life. And the other topic I want to mention and some data here is about insomnia. Insomnia is another big problem in our society today, worldwide. It hits more women than men again, almost double. According to the Women's Health in the US Department, they did a study in February last year, and this is the data they could get. And according to Australia, and this is not to scare you, but this is for you to make you aware that long-term sleep issues and disorders lead to very unhealthy life in the future. There is a strong connection in consequences for not sleeping well, poor sleep, quality of sleep, short sleep, and how that impacts your body long-term. There is diseases like diabetes, obesity, hypertension. There is data that backs up sleep cause long-term health issues. When you don't sleep what you need and your quality of sleep, it impacts long-term. I was shocked because I was always in the go, talking about the crisis of the always on. I was like, doesn't matter. I'll get up, I'll do it. I was preferring to do more than sleeping. And now it's like, I don't even do a good job if I don't sleep properly. So that's important insight I want to share with you today. So every time you go to sleep or that you are thinking of not going to sleep, think about your long-term health. Now, why is this important? And how do I link this to management, to energy management and AI? Well, going back to your framework that you should already have in the 8 traits that we are looking for a future fit leader. We have emotional intelligence traits, adaptability and resilience, wellness-driven leadership that we're going to do a deep dive, and the cultural system awareness. As I just said, it is a systemic problem and a cultural problem. So this is going to really, really help you to see that. Why manage energy management? It's more than time management, right? It's more than stress management. It's energy management. There is 4 reasons why this is very important, that you focus on managing your energy. We're going to enhance your operating system. We discussed with purpose from the last lesson. Operating system. So in addition to what we discussed about your purpose, we're going to add the Burnout-Proof Body. And then we're going to add the AI. As I mentioned before, we need to fix the normal systemic issue, your normal behaviors, your normal habits, and then enhance them and augment them with AI. If we jump and start automating with AI already, and you don't have your system fixed first, you're going to automate the wrong thing. AI is the extra. After mastering and creating your new operating system. And remember, it is to automate, reduce cognitive overload, and create a space for balance, not for burning out again. A balanced leader performs better, stays longer in the job, boosts productivity, and impacts the team morale. That's what you're going to be able to do as an emotional, intelligent leader and a balanced leader. Then you need to add micro practices, add delegation. You will be allowed to have time to self-care and inspire others to do the same. You're going to be able to make an impact, and not only at work, but at home as well. And as I said before, performance is absolutely linked. So proactive, this is the magic. Proactive energy management is going to help you prevent burnout, and you're going to be able to have sustainable performance. I don't like to talk about peak performance and stay in the flow zone because that's not sustainable. You burn out because of that. This is why putting the effort and the focus on energy is the most important thing. So today, this is your immediate takeaways. Energy management techniques. We're going to have our AI and well-being workflow. We're going to integrate well-being and AI to our lives. And then you're going to have your own design for your own operating system for thriving, not surviving. Very cool. Wellness-driven leadership. Lovely concept. I've been talking about this for more than a year now, putting in my books, my 2 books, and that's part of the content I share. So critical to integrate wellness in your life. And now with AI, it's easier than ever, as I was mentioning. So your wellness-driven leadership is going to include AI to support. There is like a lot of AI tools I'm going to share with you today. A wellness-driven leader masters other leadership traits, which are adaptability, resilience, work-life balance, and manages stress effect. Becoming a wellness-driven leader has massive wins. You're going to build your own, it has its own personal operating system. We are going to include recovery. We're going to use tech features that exist already with do not disturb and out of the office. And a wellness-driven leader has techniques to manage their energy. And in here is where the magic and the joginess is going to come from the Thrive Lotus perspective. So we're going to incorporate yoga for sustainable leadership, mind, body, tech integration for your leadership strategy. In the next session, we're going to talk about the spirit piece, but for now is mind, body, tech. This is what's going to build that burnout-proof body that you need. And we're going to have AI and wellness integrated so you can shine together. I want to give you a quick glance of where are we today for the yoga framework or the thriving AI leader framework that I like to call it. Last session, we spoke about the yamas and the niyamas, which was ethical and purpose, integrity, and self-mastery. Today, we're going to be focusing on operational presence with asana, which is the typical yoga class that you know, energy management, pranayama basically, which is breathing techniques, and digital discernment. I want to give you just a quick glance of where we are at in the map so you have a visual idea how yoga is being integrated in our leadership strategy. The Burnout-Proof Body. Let's just dive into it. The Burnout-Proof Body. Here is your recipe for developing that Burnout-Proof Body. Number 1, breathing techniques. There is one specific that I love that is called box breathing. It's a powerful technique with reduces stress very effectively. It is actually in my Thrive AI podcast. So I will put the link in the comments for that specific technique so you learn how to do it. It's just 3 minutes and it's very effective. And not only that, you can do it and people don't even know you are doing it if you are in a very, very high stress moment. Then yes, you need movement. My minimal goal is 20 minutes a day, but you can do it with 10 minutes. Whatever that means to you, walking, yoga flow, exercising, running, whatever works for you again, but you can do it from 10. This is going to help you release physical tension and promote mindfulness and body awareness. The other part of the recipe is sensory reset. Many people mention probably like self-care when you go and do a spa and everything, but basically what you are truly doing is sensory reset. And I want to mention self-care because maybe you think it's expensive or you have to invest a lot of money and things like that, but no, you can do it. And that's what I wanted to share in my office because you can use candles, oils, crystals, whatever you need that you like around, sound healing. Like I have my singing bowl, my sound bowl. It is something that you can do at very, very low cost. You need to make it part of your routine. You need to decide what works for you. Weekly reset menu. So you need to have a list and a menu you can choose because one thing can be boring and different moments might require different, but recovery rituals are very important. You need your reset menu. Now, let's jump into the practical piece because I want to leave you with this AI and well-being workflow. 5 steps. You need to capture where you're at. We don't know what we don't know. Then you're going to classify where does that fit? You're going to delegate to people or AI, and then you're going to automate. Remember, you got to fix the system first, and then you're going to recover so you can have that workflow. Those are the 5 steps for the workflow. And this is how you're going to do it. You are going to identify suitable repetitive tasks. You need to choose at least 10 that you can hand it to AI to improve your productivity. And you're going to create your prompts and your templates. You're going to use AI to guide you. You need to develop what works for you. And then the last piece is you need to set the success, because what works for me doesn't work for anyone, and everyone's ideal of balance, everyone's goals are very different, and everyone's journey is different. Personalities are different. So you need to set your goals. Maybe one goal from one person can be to sleep 1 hour a week. Maybe the other is 1 hour of self-care a week. Other ones will be 1 hour more for strategic work. Depending on your goals, that's the success metric you're going to implement, right? So this is where you are being strategic instead of just doing more. This is where you change from just go to strategically decide where do you want to focus your time on. Because we are not doing the exercise live now, I'm just sharing with you the 3 top use cases you can use as a leader today: calendar, meeting notes, and email. Easy. And you don't need any paid AI to do this, right? So here is the 3 prompts: create analysis and scheduling, meeting notes, action items, and email triage and response drafting. You can take a screenshot of this, but these are the 3 prompts you can use straight away for reducing that workload and implement it immediately. Copy paste ready prompts in addition to the ones that you already have. I'm putting here the Thrive Forward AI integration model again. I give you those 3 prompts because those are the ones that you can automate and delegate with the process for the wellness-driven leadership AI integration workflow. And remember, you have at least 3 prompts for every area that you can use as a women leader. And you can use the one for time and energy management. 3 you have in there in the blueprint, and you have another 3 as emotional intelligence and leadership coaching, right? So please use 6 prompts that you can implement and start using today, plus the ones that I just give you to AI delegation. I want to mention very fast tangible return on investment, because you can see return on investment when you use AI. Absolutely. And I know it's one of the biggest challenges and organizations face, and they buy Copilot, give licenses, and it's very, very hard to measure, right, and track. But because we are in a one-on-one here, we can do it very, very simple. And I'm going to be a bit harsh on this one. I'm very direct. But what will you do with at least 1 hour more a week? You want to, in an hour sleep, you want to be 1 hour with your kids. What would you do with 1 hour more a week? Just think about it. Now, I'm just giving you an example for 1 hour, but there is people and data shows that you can do 3 hours a week, 5 hours a week, even 10 hours a week. Reclaiming hours a week is one of the return on investments you can make. What about your health? When you integrate wellness, sleep, self-care, relaxation, connection with your kids, with your husband, everything translates to money. And there is no price for happiness. There is no price for health, really. But if you would like to translate it, you can. I told you, it's around 10 to 15,000 being burnout a year costs you. But if you do it smart, proactively, strategically, you can save money on therapies, save money of at least every osteo session, every stress day. That's all you can save in money, in productivity. Or if you decide to put it in the other way for professional development, you can develop that skill. You can do more and focus more on doing networking, getting a sponsor. You can do more strategic work. You can do many, many other things when you have more time in your hands. Do that extra project, extra stretch activity you want to do, but you never have time to do it. What about getting a promotion, changing roles? That's a financial benefit. There is your return on investment. Think about it. Let's wrap up with our conclusion now. You have learned about the importance of energy management and how it helps you to prevent burnout and helps you to sustain that leadership excellence. You can now integrate AI and wellness to design your own operation system, and you can calculate your return on investment. Today, you have been empowered to achieve sustainable success through your burnout-proof body to thrive forward. Now, I want to give you one more thing, and it's a gift for you. And it's another AI tool. And you can use any other free tool, right? But this is done and offered from the bottom of my heart. I have developed my mini clone. I'm going to introduce the THRIVY AI coach. She is your 24/7 burnout proof teammate. You get instant access to personalized leadership and wellness guidance anytime you need clarity, momentum, reset, or support. And it's 24/7 availability. This does not replace by any way a coach, a gym, a yoga class. No. But it absolutely helps you through those tough moments when you cannot talk, when you are alone, when you are dealing with your emotion after a horrible meeting, when you can't go to sleep at 3 a.m. That's where THRIVY is there for. And it's completely free. I have a separate version that goes in my paid membership, but this is free. And you can access through the website, thrivelotus.com.au/THRIVY AI coach. Please use it. It's magical. I cannot live without her. It's not because I made her, but I cannot live without her right now. And well, as always, I like to finish with a quote. And this is from Arianna Huffington. Creating the culture of burnout is opposite to creating a culture of sustainable creativity. She mentions sustainable creativity, but we know creativity, emotional intelligence, sustainable success. And then she also says this is something that needs to be taught in business schools or MBAs, or actually, that needs to be included in every single education you have. And this mentally needs to be introduced as a leadership and performance enhancing tool. That's why also Thrive Forward exists. And I will leave you with that reflection. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next training.